This conference will now be recorded.
Yesterday we understood about BVM, so definitely we'll discuss about BVM later furthermore. Today let us understand about inventory dimensions. Long back we have discussed. One is storage dimension group, tracking dimension group, and product dimension group. Okay, so one by one, what is the use of functions? One by one we'll try to understand. So in this we have site, warehouse, location, license plate, and inventory dimension. Sorry, inventory status. I'm sorry. These are the five items are available. One is site, warehouse, location, license plate, and then inventory status. Inventory status. Site, of course, it is a virtual information, means actual everything will be tracked based on the warehouse only. A group of warehouses is one site, means we have discussed earlier also, like suppose in Hyderabad I have there are 4 warehouses. One is in Amirpet, another one is in Patancheru, another one is in Miapur, another one is in Koti or Vanasthapuram, like the actual locations of the site. So site, warehouse, location, people will get confused. Some people they will use the word like whether you went to that site. Some people they will ask like whether you went to that location. So here the meaning of actual business people, whether they are using any word about their material exist place means warehouse. In that area, suppose as I told you, Dilsukh Nagar is one area. In that one place is exist. Our business is running. Miapur is one area, one major area. In that we have one. So some business people they will use the like Miapur site. Have you visited Miapur site? Here their meaning is warehouse. So the actual material where it is, entire area, the surroundings, that area is called warehouse. So site means the virtual information. The virtual information, like within Hyderabad we have 5 warehouses. Within Hyderabad I have 5 warehouses. That is Hyderabad is site and warehouses are actual warehouses. And locations are internal parts. Within the warehouse, locations are internal parts. Okay, now let us understand little bit more about this warehouse. Little bit more the purpose of warehouse, what is the types of warehouses, those things we are understanding today. Next actually Monday onwards I will show you tracking dimensional group means batch number, serial number, and owner. Next we'll discuss this one. Every day we need to understand little bit more insights about each and every dimension, what is the purpose. Now let us focus on warehouse. So in the system we have warehouse. There are 3 types of warehouses available. There are 3 types of warehouses. What is that means? One is default warehouse, another one is transit warehouse, another one is quarantine warehouse. Default warehouse, transit warehouse, and then quarantine warehouse. These are the 3 warehouses available in the system. So what is this default warehouse means? The stock exists in that regular area is called default warehouse. Then what is this transit warehouse and quarantine warehouse? Quarantine warehouse means laboratory. Within your warehouse, if it is laboratory is there to test the material, to verify the material, quality testing, then we need to have one place, that is quarantine warehouse. So if the material is moved from normal warehouse to quarantine warehouse, then you cannot sell that material. Suppose 15 quantity available, 10 quantity I have moved from default warehouse to quarantine warehouse, then that 10 quantity I cannot sell. System will not allow me to sell this material. That is quarantine. Quarantine means it is a warehouse. It is a warehouse, but you cannot sell the material. You are doing some quality test, then the material is under quarantine warehouse. You cannot sell the material or you cannot use that material. You need to make it back, like you need to make sure like the material should be moved from quarantine warehouse to default warehouse. Then only you can do whatever you want. That quantity will be locked in the quarantine warehouse. Okay, regarding this quarantine warehouse or quality, functionality and quarantine, we'll discuss after time, not now. Most probably next month you are going to learn, okay, about the quarantine. Now transit warehouse. Transit warehouse means what is this transit warehouse means? Here, suppose if you are moving the material from one warehouse to another warehouse. As I told you, in Hyderabad I have two warehouses. One is in suppose Vanasthalipuram, another one is in Patancheru. These are two ends. The distance between these two is in between around 30-40 kilometers. Around 30-40 kilometers. These two are two edges of Hyderabad. Okay, one is in Vanasthalipuram, another one is Dilshuk Nagar. Then if I want to move the material from one warehouse to another warehouse, then I need a truck. I need a truck. Then what I will do? This is one warehouse and this is another warehouse. So as I told you in my example, this is, take the example, this is Vanasthalipuram, this is Patancheru. Now the distance between these two is around 30-40 kilometers. Now the material was want to move from here to there, then I need to take a truck or some kind of auto, whatever it may be. Then stock will be moved from warehouse to transit warehouse. The material will be moved from warehouse to transit warehouse first. Then it will be, the truck will be moved and it will be moved to warehouse. Understood? The material will be moved from warehouse to transit warehouse, means it will be loaded from here to here and it will reach here and then it will be unloaded from here to here. Clear? Any doubt in this?
So Satya, when you say transit warehouse, it will be between from and to warehouse. So somewhere the truck is moving, or the transit warehouse exists virtually.
Exactly, you're right. So suppose it was loaded from here to here, then it was shipped from here. It was shipped. If it is shipped means the material is not in the from warehouse. The material is not in the to warehouse. It is in the transit warehouse. Agree with me?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's what we are going to see. This is called transfer order functionality.
Okay.
Transfer order functionality. So let us understand this one in the system. Let me open a transfer like a transfer order. Inventory management. Inventory management. First, let me show you the warehouse setup. Inventory breakdown, site and warehouse available. So warehouses. We are discussing about warehouses. Let me take duplicate. So while creating a new warehouse, if I click new warehouse, warehouse types are available. One is default warehouse, another one is quarantine warehouse, another one is transit warehouse. I have three options. As I told you, default warehouse means our normal regular warehouse. Quarantine warehouse means it is a laboratory. It is a laboratory. Transit warehouse means it's a kind of virtual. It is a truck. Sorry, it is a truck or auto or whatever it may be. Okay. So if you look at this one, 13, we have created one warehouse, normal default warehouse. If I verify 18, I have created quarantine warehouse. I have created quarantine warehouse. You can create as per your requirement. 29, I have created transit warehouse. Okay. So now we are discussing about transfer order. See, from warehouse 11, transit normal warehouse, it is default. Now I have attached to transit warehouse. Forget about this quarantine. Default warehouse is tagged with the transit warehouse. This is a transit warehouse. I have attached. That means whenever if you are moving the material from warehouse, whatever it is there, that should be tagged with one transit warehouse. Okay, that is prerequisite if you want to do transfer order. Always from warehouse should be like this. So what is meaning by from warehouse and to warehouse? Let me show you in the system so that you will understand.
Satya, how about the two warehouse that also need to be attached to the transit warehouse?
Not required, not required. Only
Okay.
from warehouse should be. Only from warehouse, always. Okay. So inventory management, output orders, outbound orders, transfer order. So I'm creating a new transfer order. From warehouse 11 to warehouse 13. Okay, this from warehouse should be attached with the transit warehouse. If it is not mapped, it will throw error message. It will warn you a message. Suppose I'm removing transit warehouse. Okay, I have removed transit warehouse from 11. Now I'm just reselecting transit warehouse from warehouse. So it is telling like from warehouse must have a transit warehouse setup. From warehouse must have a transit warehouse setup. So it is must. Your system should not allow to proceed. It is a warning message, but you cannot proceed further. So it is must from warehouse should be mapped with the transit warehouse. So now if I reselect, it will not throw any error message. To warehouse is not mandatory. From warehouse should be mapped because it is there. So let me take duplicate and let me show you the inventory movement, how it is going on. So let me go back to the product information management, released products. So for item 1000, I'm showing you on hand inventory. So warehouse 11, it is available 165, and the warehouse 13, it is 413. Okay, so it is ordered in total and on order it is available something. Now what I will do, I will create for transfer order for item 1000 for 5 quantity. Now this is for 11 warehouse, it is a sales order kind of thing, outbound. For 13 warehouse, it is inbound. Okay, so this 5, if you verify on hand inventory, on order will be increased to 103 and ordered in total will be increased to 6 if I refresh, because it is going to be dispatched, this is going to be received. That is, we have created. Now we can click on ship transfer order. So in this ship now is there, I'm selecting all. We'll discuss that points. If you select all, it will show here and click on OK. If it is 2012, you need to click on edit lines. The checkbox also you need to select in 2012, the previous version, the design in such a way that you need to select this one also. But in D365, it is not mandatory. Okay, click OK. Now earlier it is created. Now the status will be changed to shipped. So now the status is changed to shipped. Operation is completed, shipped. So shipped means what happens? The inventory is loaded from 11 warehouse to 29. The warehouse is, the material is loaded from this warehouse to truck, transit warehouse. So now if you verify on hand inventory, if I refresh, then this will be back to 98, this will be back to 1, but one more line will be created. This will be 6 only. One more line will be created. This 165 will become 160, and one more 29 line will be created, warehouse 29 with the 5 quantity. Look at this one. It was 98, it is 160 back, and 5 is in at site 29, sorry, warehouse 29. That means it is material is in the transit. The material is in the transit. Now, so once it is received by the specific warehouse guys, what they will do, they will come to transfer order. They will open once again. So they can open from inbound orders. They will open from anything you can find. Both are same. Transfer order. It is available in inbound process and outbound process. Now I'm going to inbound process, means I'm receiving material from the vendor. I will open this one. That is 2 warehouse guy, 13 warehouse guy. They will open this file and they will do a receive button. So once again, it is receive now. Instead of receive now, you need to select all. Click OK. So now if you go back to on-hand inventory, then this 5 will be decreased 0 and it will update to 418 and this will become 1. Look at this one. Understood? This is transfer order. Any doubt in this? Very small function, but it is important in real-time scenario. There are 3 transfer boards in the system. One is transfer journal, another one is transfer order, another one is intercompany stock transfer. Okay, this I have not explained. This you will understand later. This is a big subject. We'll discuss this one later. Now you understood transfer journal, you understood transfer order. What is the difference between transfer order and transfer journal? Means transfer journal, you are changing inventory dimensions from any dimension to any dimension as per the adjustment. Transfer of one dimension to another dimension is transfer journal. Transfer order means you are moving the material from one warehouse to another warehouse using transit warehouse. So this is most important. You need to be very much clear about the difference between transfer journal and transfer order. Transfer journal and transfer order. Transfer journal is you are changing the inventory dimension from one dimension to another dimension, from one color to another color, one size to another size, anything. Transfer order is you are moving the material from one warehouse to another warehouse using transit warehouse. Yeah. Clear or any confusion, any doubts, please?
Satya, actually, how the costing will impact on the transfer order, because if you're moving from one warehouse to other warehouse, the other charges like landing cost or the some other like tax cost, will it be included, or that will have?
Okay.
And
If it is
which financial transaction will impact? Yeah.
okay, if it is normal standard transfer order, uh, like if it is moving from one site to another site, then postings will be happened. Otherwise, there is no financial postings for this one. But of course, in India, we have special function. If it is India, it is different. But for standard application, we don't have anything. Means across the world, we don't have anything about postings. If it is India, we have another within the transfer order. Within the transfer order, we have stock transfer type.
Okay.
So this is whenever you are clicking in India, it is Indian localization. There is a by default transfer order, stock transfer. If it is a transfer order, there is not there is no much functionality, means in terms of postings, whereas stock transfer, yes, inventory, because fields will be changed. Look at this one, this observe, if you observe these fields, they are changing. So
Yes.
cost price also coming into the picture, pricing is coming, whereas transfer order we don't have.
Okay.
And why is it only India has a specific localization and not available with others?
So remaining countries, they are least bothering about if it is moving from one warehouse to another warehouse. But in India, we are calculating even for warehouse wise. This is Indian functionality. India is there. So why it is available means India requires something. So actually, this is my guess or my understanding. Maybe right or wrong, I don't know. Just I will give you information. Before GST, if you are moving from material from one warehouse to another warehouse, take the example from Hyderabad to Tirupati or Hyderabad to Bangalore. These two are different states, so different taxation is there. There will be so many toll gates. Okay, then material is moving from one toll gate to another toll gate. They need to pay so much amount. If you observe in the nights before GST, in front of the toll gates, there are so many trucks will be waiting, and they need to go to the toll gate and they need to take a stamp. It is a very pathetic and hectic job for truck owners if they are moving the material from one state to another state. They need to wait for some more time. They need to verify the stock, and there are so many things. To be frank, I don't want to speak here because some recording sessions. If you don't mind, offline I will speak.
This
Even in the
conference will
transfer,
now be recorded.
Yeah,
even
yes,
in the
please.
transfer journal, we have the warehouse change or site change and all that stuff, right?
Yes, that is within the site. If you have suppose side by side, you can use it. Usually we don't prefer to change the transfer to change the warehouse from one warehouse to another warehouse. We don't prefer, because warehouses will be 99% scenarios will be there will be a distance between two warehouses. Then we don't use warehouse to warehouse. If it is warehouses are side by side, then you can use it for transfer journal without any transit warehouse. Make sense?
Okay, as another guy also in the call asked, there is no provision to charge any charges on the order, right? On the inventory, saying that there is a transport cost or there is a insurance or there is some handling cost or anything.
So that is not available in the standard. For transfer order, we don't have. For transfer order, we don't have. But let me verify whether it is in the stock transfer. So anyhow, you are going to add additional charges. Let me verify whether it is any available or not. It is not there. Charges available. This is stock transfer. Yes, it is
But
available.
in for other countries, what is the alternative? Like for India, through stock transfer, we have some option. But for other countries, what is the alternative? Is there a workaround, or do we need to only do customization?
We need to do a customization. We don't have any workaround. Actually, here you are changing the price if you want cost price. Am I right? There is no
But
price.
correct, correct.
In
In the stock transfer, we can see the price.
So in this we have all these things. So like prices, if it is price is there, then charges will be there. In other standard, Actually, if it is a transferring from one warehouse to another warehouse, both warehouses are your warehouses only. Am I right?
Yeah, that is true, but I still have to charge the transportation, handling, or probably any other charges so that my inventory value is correctly set.
So here, maybe that is additional charges you need to put. You need to add like a vendor invoice journal separately. You need to update that one. But in transfer order, because ultimately it is an expense to your company. Am I right? Suppose you are moving from like in Hyderabad, moving from suppose Amirpet to or Vanasthalapuram to Dilshuk Nagar around 40 kilometers. It is expenses. If you want, you can update that one. That's it. Anyhow, it is an expense to your company overall. So you can post a single invoice journal, simple invoice journal. Here in this,
that simple invoice journal will be actually an expense journal without any inventory loading. It will just go as a P&L element without any charges on a specific item, so that my cost price doesn't get impacted. Correct?
So if you want to update cost price in inventory closing, yes, we can do some adjustments in inventory closing process. We have that one, but on the fly we don't have. Yes, whatever you are asking, the direct answer we don't have. So workaround solution is you can do in the on-hand inventory, like inventory closing. Whenever you are doing inventory closing process, at that time, if you want to do some adjustments, you can do it that one. But because definitely we'll discuss on inventory closing at that time, cost price adjustments. If you want, we'll discuss that point in future. We are going to discuss definitely. Okay, by standard it is not there. Okay, let me go back to USM. Okay, in this I'm showing once again little bit more insight, little bit more. 11 to 13 I'm doing for same item 1000 2 quantity suppose. Now here while doing transfer order we are doing directly ship order. Otherwise you can click on generate picking list and picking list registration. This we know already. In the sales order process we are doing. So if you want, you can give a printout to delivery boys, and delivery boys will pick the material and they will kept at the outbound area, that is picking list registration. If you want to use, you can use it. Okay, and suppose the transfer order is created for 10 quantity. Created 10 quantity. Now in the sales order, whatever the way we have options. Partial shipments. Ship now only 5. This is also available. So if you click on this one, ship transfer order, so we can select ship now. So while receiving also they can use receive now quantity. Okay, so like this you can select. So picked quantity, you know that one. Like this we have option. So this is in the sales order process, the way how you are doing, the same options available in the process. One is picking list and registration. If you want to use it, yes, you can use it. Means if it is a big organization, then immediately the delivery boys are not picked immediately. We are giving a printout to delivery boys to pick the material. They may pick like maybe after half an hour, 1 hour, 2 hours something, they will pick the material and kept at the outbound area. I mean, it's a dispatch area. And ship transfer order means it will ship. Okay. Any more clarifications required here in this?
Is there a way we can, like in a purchase order, or we can have over delivery, under delivery processes?
No,
in this
process we don't have over delivery, under delivery. Let me verify I don't think so. Yeah, it is available. Sorry. Yes. I have not explained. We'll discuss this point. It was not covered, am I right? Actually, over delivery, under delivery, I have not discussed. So we'll discuss this point. It is available in the system.
Okay.
Yeah. This is a simple one only. Actually, I will discuss with you most probably upcoming sessions. It is very simple functionality, but I need to explain you in the purchase order process in detail. Okay. So the same concept. Yeah.
Correct. One more issue which I found in 2012, I don't know is it fixed in D365, is when we have a shipment, say example 10 quantity, and that's a FMB item. Say example, it's like consumable, like FMB item. On the transit, I have got something lost, or probably I have got something reduced. The cash rate as the reduced. So is there a process to capture that, saying that okay, the shipment when it went with so much quantity, but when it tried to reach the destination, the weight was different.
So are you talking about any loss damage or kind of thing, or it is decrease the weight kind of thing?
Decrease the weight itself.
So can you give me a little bit more example, so that I can try to understand and I can give you whatever it is there in the system?
Okay. The more example is this was an F&B like a catering business which we are doing for. So in the catering business, what happens? You ship the items from the centralized warehouse into a lot other smaller warehouses, which is in different parts of the city, right? So during the whole process, probably when the weight was estimated during the time it was put up in the scale in the central warehouse, when it reached the destination warehouse, the weight is showing different now. It can be more, it can be less.
Why it is decreasing or increasing? I did not understand, because the truck weight may be changing. Actually, the material weight, see the on-hand inventory or quantity, are you measuring in terms of units? I mean to say pieces or weight first?
Weight. It is mainly in terms of weight. It's all liquid items. Because it's semi-liquid or liquid items will be moving across, right? Example, sort of like rasam, sambar, or like I'm just giving an example. They have got many different semi-finished goods which are going to be shipped.
Okay.
So at that time, because of say example evaporation, there can be some differences, or because there can be weight, scale differences can be.
Okay, so I don't think so it is available in the system.
We had a very big challenge because we were not able to register the differences. Whatever has been shipped, the same has to be received. Even if it is more, we can't. Even if it is less, we can't.
But you can use this over delivery, under delivery functionality, am I right? In 2012
at that time, I did not. At that time, it was not letting, because this over delivery is only to register. Like example, once out of 10 transfer quantity, if I say I put 5 as a ship quantity, so receiving end should always put 5. Otherwise, always say example he puts 4.5. 0.5 will always show in transit.
No. Definitely it is available in 2012 on D365. You are telling like me, like this is 10 kgs. Am I right? Your example is 10 kgs.
Yeah.
And you are seeing 9.5 kgs. Am I right?
Yes. When I after the correct.
That is straight away we can use delivery, over delivery, under delivery.
But what happens to the probably that is one thing we couldn't figure it out at that time.
Reminder. It will be updated with the delivery reminder. Definitely,
no, I wouldn't. Sorry, Velu here. I wouldn't recommend the delivery reminder to cancel the quantity. I would recommend to still receive what is there in the transit warehouse at the receiving end. And as part of the quality process, you mark this as a damaged quantity or lost quantity as a transit purpose during transit, and then charge it to wherever it needs to be charged.
But definitely,
if you're saying 100 liters of some liquid, you are sending it from one place to other place, and if there is during the transit there's been spillover and then you lost, let's say it's a 1 kilo of the liquid. So the receiving end, you only have 99 kilo actually received. One is lost during the transit. So you receive as a 99 as a proper received quantity, and then receive one more quantity, and this one quantity you process it through the. I'm sure you will have a quality process as part of the receiving the goods. So as part of the quality process, you quarantine this item and then mark it for disposal or damaged, or you can have their own disposition codes for it, and then charge it to the account wherever it needs to be charged for this loss. I mean, that's how I see it as.
Probably could be one of the ways, but I don't know. Even I did not use the quality process on the transfer orders.
Oh, okay, okay.
That is also one thing. Probably I don't know how is that done. Probably that can be an action item.
Yeah, that is not available in the transfer order, to be frankly, Velu. It is not available,
Well-
but quality process for transfer orders we don't have. We don't have transfer order quality warehouse, quality quantity.
But
and
you have a
quality.
quarantine process whenever you receive the material, right?
Yeah, it is available. Quarantine is applicable for warehouse to warehouse movement. It is you can use it, you can transfer it, and you can scrap. Yeah, that is indirectly, yes, it is available. Definitely. Who is asking? One is Velu, and who is asking?
Darpan.
Okay, fine. I will park this point. Okay, Monday, anyhow you are asking, then I will discuss. I will start discussion on over delivery, under delivery functionality. One of the whatever is functionality, we'll discuss first. Monday I will actually, my plan is in this one, but definitely first I will focus and I will try to give you about over delivery, under delivery functionality, what happens. It is available, we'll discuss. So that may not be the best option, as Velu told. It is like, because you are indirectly disappearing the material. So whether it is accessible or not, I mean to say whether it is business process is correct or not, we'll see. But quarantine and quality we'll discuss after 1 month. I will not start now. Okay, at that time we'll discuss on the possibilities of whatever you are asking. Okay, but
Okay.
Monday we'll discuss on this point, specific point, over delivery, under delivery, what happens. First, I will show the purpose of this over delivery, under delivery functionality in purchase order process. We'll discuss first what is the purpose, and I need to explain to the entire team the purpose of over delivery, under delivery. After that, we'll discuss about this one. Okay, Monday we'll discuss on this first point. This may not be suitable for business, but whether it is suitable or not, you can take the decision based on that. But quality and quarantine we'll discuss later. Okay,
Thanks.
fine.
One more question, sorry. Is there a ASN possibility in this orders? So I can advance ASN, I can give it to the
okay, so let me go back to INMF. I don't think so. It is ASN is available in this process. I don't think so. For transfer orders, are you asking for transfer orders as well?
Yeah.
So why we need to use ASN? Can you please elaborate a little bit about that ASN?
Okay. The situation is, as I said, we have got the central warehouse and across. I'm referring to the basically from Dubai. So here, what happens? This F&B, this is catering, right, industry, right? Across they have got UAE across all the places, and these how the process was. Basically, the receiving request. Say example, we have retail outlet 1, and he has put a transfer order saying that I need 50 pieces of chicken. Okay, so this is exactly the request he has put in the item in the transfer order. Now, when the centralized warehouse is creating a ship transfer order, he's creating the transaction. So when he creates the ship transfer order, he has to, like, based on the delivery date, which is on the header, which we said that, okay, this is the receipt date which I want on the transfer. Probably he will create these orders 5 days before or 7 days before. And they need confirmation from the central warehouse saying that, okay, this is the quantity they are shipping. So that basis that they can prepare their next step. Because if they have put 50 pieces, probably 500 kgs, something like that. But there is no stock available for 500 kgs. They can only do for 300 kgs. So they want to make sure that they can give the right quantities given to the receiving end, saying that on which day how much quantity is received, so that they can do the further preparation basis that availability.
Okay. So within the Dubai only. This is not.
No, within UAE, I will refer within UAE because
it is one state, so it is not other state. I mean to say not other country. It is not crossing Oman, or it is not crossing like Qatar or something.
No.
Within UAE, but within the states, Dubai or Abu Dhabi or something. Okay.
Yeah. Within UAE, within the country, within different states. And this is because of this, they wanted an ASN process so that the receiving end can know what is the quantity on which day, how much is, because request can come to any value, but the shipment cannot go to the exact value every time. No? So they want an ASN to get a confirmation how much is actually coming through.
I don't think so it is available in the system, but that is it's a kind of report, am I right? You are sending a kind of
at least some place to register and track and update. Right now, what was happening, our challenge, say example 500 kgs, the requester has put in one line. Example, right now 1104 is the item number, transfer quantity is 1, and whatever the I can see in the details here. But
can't we use like generate picking list, because it was not picked actually. Once it is picking registration is done, we can use I mean to say registration means stock will be deducted. Can't we use generate picking list, and for specific quantity can you submit that one, and you can make a document and do the customization? Only generate picking list. This is a workaround. Like whatever.
No, I think he is referring even before doing the picking list.
Yes.
If he's making a request for 100 from one place, let's say today he's making it, and once he makes it, he wants to know whether it will be available tomorrow or 1 week down the line, or maybe 10 available tomorrow and 5 available next day, and then things like that. So the receiving end, when they get this transfer request from the multiple sites, they will need to see what is there on their stock and what can be shipped. Maybe they will prioritize. Maybe one they will send it to 10. They will send it to one place. Maybe the other place they will not send it. So it's a priority which they will make it according to the place where it is coming from. And then they need to update back to the requester saying that, yes, boss, your requester for 10, I'll give you 5, but 5 will come week after or 2 days later. The other guy, they may say that your requester for 10, you won't get anything now, maybe after 1 month only because there's a shortage. So this sort of communication needs to happen. So either this is what I was asking, if you remember earlier also when you were speaking about the purchase order. When there is a purchase order has been made, only the buyer knows what date exactly it is going to reach to the warehouse. And based on the lead time, there are some 1 week lead time, 3 months lead time, and things like that. So during that period, the internal organization needs to know what's happening to the purchase. Is it coming on the same day? Is it in the transit? Is it stuck somewhere? So those sort of communication needs to happen. The same thing what is also speaking about from the transfer perspective.
Understood. Makes sense. But to be frankly, we don't have that functionality. We don't have. But in the purchase order process, we have RFQ process. That is also it will not. No, it is not there.
No. I'm not sure of the practicality of this. Basically, when the central warehouse receives this sort of transfer request from the multiple locations, like I said, there will be a priority on allocating whatever the stocks they have, and which if suppose they will be doing line by line on addressing each of these requests, correct? Unless they are running a MRP and managing through MRP. If they are not doing that way, then it will be a manual allocation and manual. So during that process, I suppose they can still split the line and then say that I will release on the request confirm ship date. Something is there. So I think they can mention split the line and then say that 3 I will release it on this date and 2 will be on another date. They may have to split the line.
That is correct. They were splitting that was the procedure we told them. But even for splitting the line, we lose the track, saying that how much was the request, and now when we split the line, because he has to remove it. So and add it as 2 different lines. So when was the request?
No need to remove. No, you can split the line on the
When I say remove, say example here it was transfer has quantity was 100. Now saying that 5 is going to come tomorrow, 15 is going to come 3 days later, another 25 is going to come 7 days later. So I'll add 2 more lines. So I will lose a track saying that I had requested 100. Now is the sum of all the breakup lines is coming to 100, or by mistake somebody has entered wrongly saying that the sum is coming to only 70 now.
Yeah.
So we had other set of challenges with this way. But end of the day, this was the only option we suggested because there was no alternative for us.
Correct.
Yes,
Yeah.
we agree with you, but we don't have solution now. Yeah, we don't have. Definitely, we'll continue about this discussion on Monday. Okay, we'll try. I will try to explain you about the like over delivery, under delivery functionality, whether it may be applicable or not applicable. We'll see on Monday. Then we'll continue. Okay. Fine. Let us join for finance. Yeah, welcome.
Yeah.
Let us join for finance. See you all. Bye.